Right. Well, I think the success of the Halloween series is based on the whole Michael Myers character, which is he is the boogeyman, and this we talked about earlier about childhood fears and childhood things that scare you when you're a kid. It's the boogeyman. It's the guy who like comes out of your closet and like wants to kill you and your family. That's the boogeyman, and I think that's what the original Halloween Michael Myers. He's the boogeyman. He's the guy. He's the killer with the mask on. You can't talk to him. You can't deal with him. He just wants to get you, and he'll do whatever he has to do to get you. And there's like, and that to me is a very scary thing when you can't deal rationally with whatever's coming after you. What I try to do with Halloween 6 is I try to shoot it I try to give it a more sense of a style. Some of like when you get into sequels of these, you get beyond 2 and 3 and you're into 5 and 6. It's a lot of it sense when as a viewer, as someone who goes see these movies, it's like you just get a sense that they're just shooting the movie and they're just giving the people their decapitations or just giving them like the body count. And what I try to do with Halloween 6 is go back to giving it a sense of style and giving the whole movie a sense of air of menace.
No, well, I had to be in it because it's my character, and I've been in all of them except Halloween 3, which was a diversion from the story. And so naturally they asked me to do it, and I did it, and I'm doing it. And it's very enjoyable. And it's going to be a very good film. I think it's probably one of the best. And everything's gone quiet. Until at the beginning of this film, number 6, a kind of disc jockey rakes it all up because he's intent upon coming to Haddonfield, to the sleepy town of Haddonfield where it all happened, and stirring it all up again. They've had 6 years without any trouble from Michael Myers, and everybody thinks that he's dead, except Dr. Loomis, except me. I know he's still alive.
I think that Michael Myers is. I always did. I always found him to be much more frightening than the other ones, like Jason or anything, because I just thought that the plain white face, that mask, is just, there's something really creepy about it. And I think when we do a scene and he would just walk, and even though I knew who the guy was that was playing him and everything else, there is something weird about that. Or when we would have to run down a hallway, we'd duck around a corner, and then we would have to just wait around the corner, and then we'd wait for Michael Myers to come walking around, and then he'd walk around the corner right towards us, and then he'd yell, "Cut." But to wait, and then all of a sudden he comes around. It's pretty weird. It's pretty scary. My character, Tommy, comes from the first film, and Jamie Lee Curtis was babysitting this little kid named Tommy, who after Halloween 1 is just kind of forgotten about, really. He survived in the original story, and so he's now come back, and we've learned what his life has been like a little bit.
There has been a moratorium on Halloween in Haddonfield for the last 6 years because of the mayhem that ensued the last time there was Halloween, and so they just decided that we have to just call Halloween off because whenever we have Halloween, Michael Myers wreaks havoc, and it's a bloodbath. So they've just denied October 31st for the last 6 years. Well, what's happened this year is they've decided, forget about it. We're bringing Halloween back, and because all the kids and all the teenagers, they want Halloween back, and so they're just gonna do it. And Michael Myers, be darned. So they're bringing it back. I think what touches us in this movie is that mask. That mask is so scary because of the complete and utter lack of emotion on the mask. Because if it's a human face, you almost feel like you could reach the person, reach out to them, and maybe try to, in some way prevent them from doing what they're about to do. But the mask covers the face, so he's almost not human. And is he human? Is he not human? You know, at this point, we don't know because he's certainly been able to endure a lot of bodily harm without dying. But that mask is so incredibly scary because it lacks emotion and it makes him inhuman.
Well, Dr. Wynn is a very, he's the chief administrator at Smith's Grove, which is the insane asylum where Michael had been kept. Now, everybody feels that Michael died in this fiery crash in number 5, and so it appears not true. So he comes back, and I then go solicit Dr. Loomis, who's Donald Pleasance, to come and help me try to find him again. It's like a new holiday for them. They haven't had this holiday for a long time, and so they decide to put on the dog, which just happens to be the night of this whole re-entrance of him. Obviously, it's not a coincidence, but I suppose Michael's been waiting for a party, right, to come back.